Hello and welcome to Come to the Breath. So this session class today is all about educating a little about the value and benefit of quite simply coming to the breath, because we take for granted that we have the breath. It is for the most part involuntary, but it can also be voluntary. So we have the ability to affect the breath, which is super cool. It is one of our superpowers. And you know how much I love superpowers. So today, come to a seated position that is comfortable for you. And then simply close your eyes. Just notice, be inquisitive and curious, just notice where you think you feel your breath and how your breath feels. Just notice instinctively if you feel, ooh, yikes, it's pretty shallow, it's pretty tight, it's pretty high up in the chest. Or if you've never thought of that before, that's also completely fine. If it sounds like quite an abstract question, particularly where you're feeling the breath, you might think, oh, I'm feeling it in my chest somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where. That's completely fine. And then how it feels. Does it feel light or heavy or spacious or stuck or staggered or shallow or nothingy? And then just make a note to self, because we'll come back to that at the end of this session. So with the eyes still closed, we're going to ground. So bring your awareness to your sit bones. You can wiggle around a bit. Just start to ground down through the sit bones in whichever way you want to do that. So for me, as you know, it's visualizing those roots. It works really well for me. Visualizing, imagining. I always imagine beams of light, really bright light, bright yellow light or white light. And then I really love to imagine that bright light moving up through my core. And as it does so, every part of my body it touches, it wakes up. It wakes up, it brings to present, it lightens. It sort of shifts gear. That kind of surge of light that moves up through my core, up and open. It's that kind of like, whew. So hopefully you are now in a more uplifted and open and relaxed seated position, still with your eyes closed. And all I want you to now do is just shift your focus to your breath. If you're still feeling, or if you're practicing this when you are like, whew, that feels a lot to come to my breath because my breath is feeling quite tight or anxious, really bringing focus to that can be a challenge. I say to you with compassion, go gently. And if you are able to keep the focus with softness, even if it is challenging, this too shall pass. Everything is transient and it will start to shift. The sensation, the tight breath, the mental stuckness. There can be resistance. We're very used to being in a state of wired, high stress, anxiety, whatever it is, if we're used to a degree, being in a certain high state, then there can be resistance. So again, with compassion, I say go gently. That by allowing that noticing and observing and being with that discomfort will enable and support the shift. The shift will take place. We're just coming in olive branching almost, going, it's okay. We're coming to our breath, that's okay. Our breath is safe. Our breath is healing. Our breath enables process and recovery. And you may have heard all of that, and it may not be applicable to you today or in this moment, but it may be in the future. Otherwise, just continue very simply just to be with the breath, that mindful observation. Noticing the inhale, how the inhale becomes the exhale. That momentary tiny pause between the inhale and the exhale, it is there. It's like the moment that's so micro between our thoughts, but again, it's there. Everything in life is a cycle. The inhale is more energizing, the exhale more resting. Think of building up towards a peak or over a waterfall and then down. And then what I want you to do is just release that observation and notice once again how you are feeling, how the breath feels. And just notice if there have been any tiny little shifts. Today, coming to the breath, this is me educating, it's sharing. You can come to the breath at any point. You can ground at any point. And these are tools that you have with you wherever you go. Just gently flicker the eyes open and bring the hands into prayer at heart center. Bring the thumbs to the third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you in the next session, and wherever you are, have a wonderful day.